Hey family, Aliyah here, House of Kundalini. Um, I'm here because I want to talk about being the great pretender. We've been kind of trained by society, families, and folks that it kind of like makes me think about that song, Put on a Happy Face. And when you're smiling, the whole world smiles back at you. And a lot of us are really hurting inside. A lot of us are imploding. A lot of us have become so used to keeping the mask on that we don't even know what we really look like. We don't know who we are. A lot of the times we define ourselves by the things that we acquired, the people that we're around, and we really don't know our true viable selves. And as a result, a lot of us cry in the dark because we're walking on confusion, and we're like, why am I this way? Why am I not this way? How am I going to move forward? Who am I? Where do I stand? And a lot of times we have become the great pretender. The great pretender in our love relationships, family relationships, careers. It reminds me of that movie Janet Jackson played in, where I think she was like this psychologist, and she was like a relationship psychologist, and she had the answers and the solutions and interventions for everybody but herself. And she'll present herself to the world like she had it together, she was happy and content and stable, but in reality, she was really battling the great pretender blues, as I would like to call it. And by the time people figured it out, she really became like self-destructive. By the time anybody figured it out, her relationship with her husband was down the drain. It was in shambles. But her relationship with her husband was in shambles for quite some time, but she was able to pretty much keep it under wraps. But by that time, when people figured it out, like, oh, who's the shrink to the shrink? She even has problems. It was already too late. And I see a lot of that story in a lot of people. And they pretend as if they're in love. They pretend as if they don't need anyone. They pretend as if they're not hurting anymore. They pretend as if they got it all figured out. They pretend as if everything else is so hunky-dory. Now, I'm not saying is that, we're supposed to just tell our business to everybody, because you really have to be careful on what you say and who you say it to. But when we're dealing with the great pretender, you have to release some of that energy you're bottling up. You have to find a way how to identify with the real you. You have to find a way to awaken your inner man and not walk around with this mask, this delusion. And I know a lot of times when people are the great pretender, they're dealing with a lot of darkness and mentally disruptive mind, and they're dealing with a lot of pain. And a lot of that great pretender blues is very much generational. They learned it from their mother, they learned it from their father, they learned it from this person, so on and so forth. And then they have kids, and their kids learn to become the great pretender. And I say, get out of that. Be real. Speak your truth. Be your truth. If you're hurting, speak on it. If you're not in love with that person, speak on it. If you're not happy within yourself, speak on it. If there's something that is troubling you in your life, and you're just too afraid to talk about it because you don't want too many eyes and ears in your personal business, speak on it. Speak on it to the spirit. Speak on it to the Most High. Speak on it to the universe, to help release and remove and bring forth light. Because in reality, everything wants light. Even things that are dark, they want light. But walking around and sitting around being a great pretender, if you know you're not happy at that job, plan on moving forward to another career path, or what you really are resonating with. If you're feeling lonely, speak on it. Because a lot of times when we are that great pretender, it's like we have this falsified relationship with that person who's the great pretender. Because in reality, who are you? Who is that person that I married? Or who is this person that I fell in love with? Who is this person I'm doing business with? Who are you, my brother? Who are you, my sister? I don't know who you are. You don't even know who you are. And we have so much trouble figuring out life because we became that great pretender. And I say, be who you are. Stand on your truth. Stand on your square. And speak that truth. Don't let nobody put you in that box to remain to be that pretender. No. Because you don't want to look a certain way. Because it's so and so. If you open up too much, then she gonna take advantage of you. Or if you open up too much, he gonna think that you this type of way. Or if you open it up too much, then they're gonna do that. Yeah, of course, I understand that. In life, you can't just show your hand completely, or you got to show it bit by bit. But man, being that great pretender is like, oh boy, it works against you growing into the next phase of your life. Be proud of who you are. Because we live in this world of falsified realities, and we live in this already disillusional world. And we ain't making this world a better place by being a great pretender. But that's pretty much what I wanted to talk about, like they say, I'm going to be who I be. Right? And I just started learning how to really be like that myself, because I will hold a lot of things in. I put on a smile. I'm good. I don't need no help. I got this. And I really be hurting inside. But I can't let nobody see that. Because if they see the real me, they see the real heart of me, they see the real tender side of me, they gonna take advantage. So I gotta put on this stoic costume with this serious face so nobody takes advantage of me. I can't look like I'm too much in love in my relationship, because then that person's going to take advantage. Mm-mm. Be real, be who you are. Life itself is a gamble in itself. You taking risk anytime you're developing and forging relationships with people, because you don't know how it's going to end any daggone way. So you might as well just keep it real instead of just being the great pretender. You know what I mean? Stop walking on fear, because ultimately that's what the great pretender is. Walking on fear, afraid of showing him or herself to herself and to others and to the world. Love yourself, embrace yourself, mother yourself, whew, father yourself. Know that you deserve greatness and you are full of greatness. I don't care what you've been through in life. I don't care if you grew up in the projects. I don't care if you grew up in a third world country. I don't care if they said that you was ugly and dumb and all this. Love yourself. Know that you are here for a purpose, and it's not to pretend. Know that you represent strength and willpower and might, and that you are one of a kind. But that's pretty much what I wanted to say. That's the medicine. There's so much more motivational medicine that can be said on this, but um, that's partly what I wanted to say. But love you, family. Make sure that you like, share, comment, and subscribe, and click that notification button. And if you're interested in having a reading with a tarot reading, then you can read the description box below. Peace.